What is going on, guys? Time for a new little show we like to call Talkin That Talk. Um, I am Justin Krieger. Got Zach Kiefer here with us. Gonna be a little installment we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Talking That Talk, like I said, just gonna be mostly for me, Cubs talk. Uh, but we can talk. We're gonna cover everything as far as football, baseball, basketball, and a little bit of hockey too. We'll hit some big or major events if there's, say the Masters are going on or Wimbledon, shit like that. So first, we're gonna kind of dive into just what to expect, favorite teams we got from each of us. I'll let Zach take it over from here.
Like he said, Cubs. Cubs for both of us. Both been Cubs fans our whole lives. Not into that. NBA, I don't really have a favorite team, more necessarily. I'm mostly just follow basketball. I love basketball. NBA, appreciate the players more than teams, kind of. But NFL, my Broncos. It's been rough the last couple years since they won it, but love them to death. And then Blackhawks for the little bit of hockey that I do watch.
Like you said, Cubs fans for since I can literally can remember going to Cubs games when I was like 3 years old and shit. They we're gonna have a lot of shit to talk about with them because I don't even understand what they're doing with the franchise in a whole. With that being said, the Bears aren't in much better of a spot.
Made the playoffs this year.
8-8. Yeah, made the playoffs, snuck in as the first ever ninth seed in NFL history. So we got that under us. Mitch Trubisky now is the MVP, Nickelodeon Most Valuable Player. So
Talk about
gotta
an
love
achievement.
that. Yeah. As far as basketball, I follow the Bulls. They actually had their first 3-game win streak with Billy Donovan. And in 150 something games with their previous coach, they had one,
Yeah,
and they had their first one this year already. So, looking up for the Bulls. As far as hockey, like he said, I don't follow hockey very much. I pull for the Blackhawks mainly just because it's a Chicago sports team. um, but yeah, I, that's about it for sports teams. There's going to be a lot of shit to expect. We're going to kind of touch in all bases. We're going to, talk about current events as well as check up on Cubs players, what they're doing now. Kind of, where our two franchises as far as football go, because we're both kind of in a weird spot where
we got the
we have a
talent,
lot
but
of
we're not
talent.
doing anything with it.
Yeah, we need the final touches, and we can't seem to figure it out. uh, but yeah, if that seems to do the intro, we're gonna dive into Championship Sunday.
Which this is
Um,
a special episode considering it's going to go up today, Sunday, the 24th, and then you'll get an episode tomorrow talking about what happened today, and then leading up to any big games that are Monday, Tuesday. Then we'll be back again on Wednesday talking about whatever went the early week window, and then back again on Friday covering the midweek window, talking about the marquee Friday night games of in the NBA, maybe some college games to look forward to over the weekend, basketball wise. And then obviously there's no Pro Bowl this year. Well, official Pro Bowl
yeah,
this year, which who gives a shit about the Pro Bowl? Honestly,
it's just incentives. That's all it is. If you make the Pro
yes,
Bowl, you get more money,
which
and
I
it's done.
get it, I understand it, but I'm tired of on the ESPN graphics and the Fox graphics saying Pro Bowl selection. That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
This wasn't something we were gonna talk about, but it got brought up. But so, like the NBA, they do 3 teams, all NBA every year.
mm-hmm.
So this is how it should be, because it's voted by like the writers, the players, the GM, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the NFL needs to start doing that. Do 2 players per position for first team, second team, third team. That gives you 11 on offense, 11 on defense, do a couple special teams. That gives you 60-ish, not 60-ish, like 40-ish players on each team, which is, I mean, you take the best two from each position, you get first team. You take the third and fourth, you get second team, fifth and sixth, which is still, you're the top 5% of the league. But that's what should be shown on the graphics. So is first team All Pro, second team All Pro, third team All Pro.
Yeah, I would like that. Like kind of how it is for college football with All Americans. You know?
Yes.
I would like to see it switch up like that. But all right, let's dive into the games. We got the 5-seeded Bucks going to Lambeau facing the 1-seeded Packers. That's going to start at 3:05 today. The line is Packers -3. The over/under is 51. I saw yesterday, or maybe it was Friday. Antonio Brown is still going to be out with that knee injury. He got injured, I think it was in the second quarter last Sunday, and he is a no-go. So that's going to be big. Personally,
it's not like there's two All Pros though.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they still got Mike Evans, and they still got what's his name too? Yeah, Godwin. So I mean, I don't think it's going to take that much of a hit, but I mean, in the last 5 games, Antonio Brown is Tom Brady's most targeted receiver. Yeah. So I'd like to see how that's going to play. They played in week 5, I think it was, or week 6 or something like that.
Tampa Bay dominated.
And yeah, it was 39-10. Green Bay came out and scored 10 straight points, and then Tampa Bay
got
ran the
shat
rest of the
upon. Yes.
Yeah. Then they ran the rest of the table 39 straight points. So Tom Brady is 61-9 in games that are under 40 degrees. So that's kind of a little unique stat, just because, you know, playing in New England all those years. I don't think he's going to have that much of an issue going to Tampa or going to Green Bay and playing in the cold. I know a lot of people hate playing at Packers Field. It's supposed to be snowy, so that's going to be that we're going to have to play that. I mean, personally, I think it's Aaron Rodgers' year. He played so good and that's coming from a Bears fan. He's just continuously shit on us for the last 10 years. And I mean, I think it's his year. I think their defense is enough to where they can get a few stops in the game, and that offense, dude, in Green Bay it's nasty. But so is Tampa Bay. I think it's going to be a shootout. If I'm betting, I'm definitely betting the over.
Yeah,
I
say the over. I hate both quarterbacks, and I'm going to get flack for that. I can't stand either one of them. I like Tom Brady more now that he's out of New England. Get that Belichick and Brady era over with. And, I mean, Brady did win me some money having Mike Evans on my fantasy football team this year, so I do appreciate that. But I don't see it being as completely lopsided as the matchup in the regular season was. But I do see Tampa winning. I think it'll be a shootout, but I think offensively Tampa Bay has more weapons, more explosive power because, I mean, it's the most simple question in the NFL for the Packers. Well, regarding the Packers, how no one on that team besides Adams could hit water if they fell out of a boat, could catch anything.
Right.
You would think it'd be simple. He's great. You'd think it'd be simple enough. You double team him. You run a high safety over his side. Or a spy that just follows him. I can see Tampa Bay doing that. Kind of something sort of. And that idea is make somebody else beat you. Make Valdez and beat you. Make Lazard beat you.
I think definitely they're gonna play 2-man on him a lot. Like I think, like you said, just putting a safety over on his side, like just a high safety over on him. 15 yards back, I think, is going to change the whole entire aspect of the game. The only thing that I could see so New England's got Vita Vea back, who hasn't played since they played the Bears when he broke his foot. In like week 4, like week 6 or something like that. Like it was a while ago. So he's playing. I think personally, if Green Bay can get one of those 3 fucking amazing backs in the backfield established, whether it be Aaron Jones, Dylan, or I can't remember, Jamal Adams, I think, yeah. Wait, is that right? I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure.
So the first matchup, Adams had 6 catches for 61 yards. That was it.
Devontae?
Yes. But continue what you were saying.
Yeah, I think if they get the running game established enough to where they're not going to be able to Tampa Bay's not going to be able to afford to put that high safety over on Devontae Adams too. I think if they establish your run game enough, I think they're going to have to play more men in the box. And I mean, I see Devontae at least having a TD today.
Yeah.
At least.
I see him catching 1 or 2. But I mean, if he has 10 catches for 100-something yards and a touchdown, and Green Bay only scores 21 points, I could consider that a win in my book. Because Tampa's going to go out and score. Leonard Fournette has...
Playoff Lenny.
But the last couple weeks of the season, the last back half of the season, his performance has just gone uphill every week. He's getting better and better. He's looking... He's not fully what he was his breakout seasons in Jacksonville, but
or coming out of college for that matter.
Yeah, the duo of him and Jones, which I know Jones has been banged up all year, but it's a good combination. And I mean, you got Mike Evans and Godwin and Scotty fucking Miller. Antonio,
that dude came to play.
He has stepped up when Evans has been out, when Godwin's been out, when Brown's been out. Yeah. He's not a stud. He's not an all-pro receiver, but it shows you the depth. I mean, I'm talking good about Tom Brady, which is I'd never do. I think it's going to be. I think it's both. I think Scotty Miller is a good player, but I think having Brady it kind of levels it out. But I see Green Bay scored points. I just don't see them keeping up with Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Like they scored 30.
I think Tampa has the better defense for sure. But I don't know, man. I for some reason I'm betting the Packers. With that being said, sports betting just came legal in Michigan on Friday for online.
Yes, sir.
Plug in Barstool Sportsbook or DraftKings on your app store. Download it. They're doing Barstool is doing one single bet. If you bet one single bet,
up to $10,000.
And if it loses, up to $10,000, and if they lose, you will get the money refunded back.
100% risk free. Best way to describe it.
I'm gonna bet on the Packers winning 7 to 12. I think the final score is gonna be 31-24 Packers. And I also think that the payout is $296. So placing a $60 bet, completely risk free. If you're watching this, you might as well just hop on before the game start.
Even
shit.
You get a $10 credit. You get a $10 credit for signing up this weekend.
Just $10 credit as soon as you sign up.
You could do that. You get $10. You add your own $10. Risk free. Regardless, you're getting $10 back. So you're playing with money that isn't yours, essentially. Even if you don't even know what you're doing betting wise, you can go a straight up bet Packers Tampa or Chiefs Bills. But I see Tampa. I got Tampa Bay winning. I think it's probably going to be like, I don't know if I can pinpoint an exact score, but I think it'll be probably 30.
Gotta give a prediction.
38-31. 38-31 Tampa Bay. With that being said, though, obviously I'm going to place a bet on the Bucks. But So we'll talk about who is the GOAT, which is a touchy subject because I don't think with any sport really. So like eras, you can kind of determine this was the best player in that era because the competition, like you can't compare any quarterback now to a quarterback in the 90s or 80s where they barely threw the ball.
Right.
Like the highest passing seasons were some of the worst seasons currently. So like 3,000 yards now in the NFL isn't shit. You throw for 3,000 yards 20, 30 years ago,
that's a great season.
you're having a great year. Well, probably 30 to 40 years ago because early 2000s they started slinging it more. But and that I'm not gonna. So obviously, the Rodgers is considered to some people, especially Green Bay cheeseheads, which can't stand them. But come at me in the comments. I don't care. They say Rodgers is the GOAT. Obviously, you got the Brady's, the new Buck fans. If you haven't been a Tampa Bay fan, I respect it before. Which I mean, I feel it because with I was young. I grew up watching Peyton Manning. He was my favorite player. And when he decided that, well, and Indy said we're not bringing him back. I said this was my sophomore year of high school or freshman year. I said wherever Manning goes to finish his career, that's a team I'm going to like. That's a team I'm going to stick with, which obviously Denver and Krieger can vouch to that. I've been a Denver fan since he was there, and even when he retired, I still rock with him. So I get that aspect of it. But these grown men that are 30, 40 years old that are just on the Brady bandwagon, which I get it. You like who you like. But so let's start regular season GOAT quarterback. Who do you put in that conversation? Since we started watching at 4 or 5 to now. Regular season?
I mean, regular season?
Yes.
I mean, you have to throw Aaron Rodgers in there. Have to.
So
just because his regular season stats, some of his regular season stats are insane.
Yeah.
Like his MVP year, the year they won the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't think now he has, I think, 44 touchdowns this year.
Something like that.
Like 6 picks, 7 picks, something like that.
Yeah. So just 5 names.
Tough.
Throw out 5 names. I got mine right here. Rodgers.
Go ahead.
Breeze. Brady. Manning. And I don't even know if I can have a 5th. We'll go those 4. Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Manning. Those are the top 4 quarterbacks in the last 20
Breeze you got to throw in it too.
20 years. Breeze and Brady's both have the records. And obviously Brady's has winning seasons, championships, all that, but we're saying strictly week 1 to week 17. I'm a little biased, but you can't deny the fact Peyton's regular season numbers are unbelievable. He misses a year in Indy, he misses half a year in Denver, and his career is cut short because of his neck.
Yeah.
You got to put that in perspective. I love Peyton Manning the rest of my life. That man is a heaven sent. But his numbers are undeniable. His first year in Denver sets the passing touchdown record. Threw 7 touchdowns in one fucking game. 55 touchdowns on the year. I know Mahomes broke it. But that's unbelievable. A first year with an offense, you set the passing. You passing touchdown record.
That is nuts. I remember watching that go down, and
I had him in fantasy that year. It was fantastic.
I did too, actually.
But,
that was my first year ever playing fantasy, and I won the league because of Peyton Manning.
And the thing is, so regular season. I mean, like, and he's got the MVPs, dude. I'm trying to think. I think he's got 5.
I definitely think
5 MVPs. Yes.
I think you can definitely make a case. I mean, yeah, he just hasn't really done that well in the playoffs. That's the only thing.
2-4,
He-
2-2 in the
yeah,
Super Bowl. Which, okay, so I'm gonna. You said that he hasn't done well in the playoffs. We're pinpointing that, okay, for when we talk about
Mhm.
overall GOAT, because we'll finish this conversation. So obviously, there's a case for all of them. Which would you agree that would be the top 4 for our generation
Yeah.
from when we started watching to now? Okay, so there's a case for Breeze because he's got the records, but out of those 4, who? So Brady doesn't have many losing seasons. Manning doesn't have many losing seasons. Besides his first couple years in Indy, and Brady had 1 or 2 hiccups, which weren't him. But I think regular season, it's Brady and Manning. I think this is a lot for me to say. It hurts me to say it, but regular season, I think Manning's a better quarterback regular season. But when you throw in the playoffs into it, Brady's better. And my dad will love fucking hearing that come out of my mouth. And so will Brandon. But regular season, I give it to Manning just because of what he did statistically, record-wise. But like I said, that might just be the bias Peyton Manning fan out of me. What are your thoughts on that, good sir? Excuse me.
So I definitely think that's
There's a case for all
pretty good
4.
statement to stand, but yeah, there's a case for everyone. I think I'm a little biased toward Aaron Rodgers just because I've seen him wax the floor with the Chicago Bears for the last 15 years, 10, 12 years, whatever.
You know ass whoopings from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
You see it twice a year.
And here's the thing: it was coming down to where the Bears started 5-1 this year. Okay, 5-1.
My dad called it. He goes, "We're 5-1. They're gonna find a way to finish 8-8." He said that week 6. He said that we are gonna find a way to go 8-8.
I just don't understand how it flipped. We're not even going to get into that. That's going to be
We could get that another time, but it was the coaching decision of switching Foles in for Mitch. Well, we can leave that where it is right now. We'll dig into that another time.
Yeah. I think I can agree with your statement. Peyton Manning is definitely. I mean, he's got 5 MVPs.
The statistics don't lie.
He's got the most touchdowns in a game passing.
He had the record for most ever, but you also got to put. I mean, I know Brady missed a year, Breeze missed a year, but Peyton missed a year in his prime. He missed a year in his prime. He missed half the season. I mean, his neck was deteriorating. You can't throw the fucking ball. Yeah. You saw it this last year. He couldn't get the ball 15 yards on the field. So say that never happens, and he gets that full year, no surgery. He gets the year they win the Super Bowl, he doesn't have to miss any games, and say he gets another 2-3 years. Brady and Breeze, I think, would still be inching towards his passing touchdown record overall. But that could be the bias out of me. But so we closing that out.
We'll close the NFC Championship out.
Well, no. We got the playoff GOAT.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I think that's got to be Tom.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think there's no.
It's Tom too. 6 Super Bowls, dude. He's been the fucking
6-2.
8 of them. Yeah.
6-3, right?
6-2.
6-2. Yeah, 6-2.
I hate him.
I mean,
but I respect the hell out of him. He's got it done, dude. Come back from 28.
He's still doing it too, man.
Come back from 28-3.
He's still doing
it. He's got the offense. You saw the difference from last year and this year. The defense carried him last year. There's no way they win that many games. Well, the division sucked. Buffalo was decent, but that division, dude, you're gonna win 8 games. You just fucking show up. I mean, he's got the weapons this year. It's kind of similar to what Manning did. He They had weapons. They didn't have what Tampa Bay has in 2 All-Pros. Well, 3 All-Pros with
Right.
Brown.
Who did they have
Denver
on
had
that team? Just
Demarius Thomas, Julius Thomas, the tight end, Wes Walker. They got.
Yeah, Wes Walker was there.
They had sporadic running backs: Monte Ball, Noshawn Marino. It was kind of all over the place for running backs. But Demarius Thomas was a fucking pimp with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of already showed what he could be, even with Tebow. Like that.
Yeah.
When they got that playoff win, that was
that
to Demarius
divisional
Thomas.
round.
Yes.
I was literally sitting at Hotspot on a Sunday night having their fucking chicken special, and I'm just watching the TV in the corner, and I just see that motherfucker just dust everyone, which was sweet.
So, but yeah, it's Brady, and for me, I mean, I personally can't put Rodgers in the GOAT conversation. Obviously, it's a lot harder to win in football than in basketball. You can go like what James Harden just did. He's trying to get a ring. He went to Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie. It's a lot easier to get a title in the NBA than it is in the NFL and MLB. We've seen that. Clayton Kershaw been pitching for LA for 15 years. Just gets his first ring. Rodgers, you've been to 1 Super Bowl. Yes, you're 1-0. You got a Super Bowl ring. I'll give you that. But you haven't been back, and you can't blame the talent around him. I mean, you can and you can't. You're 13-3 last year.
I think
and you get embarrassed in the playoffs.
I think the offense was the strong point. It still is their strong point now. But dude, they haven't had shit ever for a defense. Ever. Even when Clay Matthews was there, they didn't have
when they won it, their defense was good. When the year they won it,
that 1 year. Other than that, bro, I mean, the reason that the Packers have been so successful is because they've just been able to outshoot everybody.
Yeah, they wear out people. And Rodgers gets it done.
Yeah,
but
Rodgers can dissect the fucking defense.
Yeah,
so if you give him any more than 3 seconds of time, good luck.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But I hate these people. I hate seeing these people saying Rodgers is the best quarterback ever. Like I said, it's hard to win in the NFL.
I know.
He's not in the conversation. I would not even put him in the conversation. And like I said, Packers fans, fucking come at me. I don't care. It's all in good spirits. But I don't, dude. He's not in the conversation for me. And when it's said and done, if Mahomes keeps doing what he's doing, and he's in our fucking division. He's been torching us since he's been in the league. If Mahomes does what he does, keeps doing what he's been doing, Rodgers is just going to keep stepping down. But we can wrap that up. We'll go into the AFC Championship, which is a 6:40 Bills at Chiefs. We got that flip-flop down here. What is the line for that?
Line is Chiefs -3. Over-under is 53. So pretty similar to the Packers Chiefs. I think this game's going to be close and not a shootout.
You don't think it's going to be a shootout?
I think this game's going to be 21-17 Kansas City. I think Buffalo's going to give them a good run. I think it'll be tied at probably 10 at halftime. I'm going to go 24-17. 24-17 Chiefs. I think it'll be tied at 10 at halftime. And I think the second half, I mean, I don't know, dude. Pat Mahomes, it's going to depend on how so they don't have Le'Veon Bell, which isn't that big of a drop anyways. He played really well in the first round of the playoffs, but other than that, he's not really been shit.
They don't need him.
But Clyde Edwards, the Clyde Edwards, Hilaire guy, he's playing. I mean, I'm convinced I saw Patrick Mahomes leave his body last weekend.
He did take a hit.
Like,
But you think,
I have.
where did his head hit? I didn't see the correlation
So
between
it
concussion
was.
and when he in that hit at all.
So the dude didn't hit his head. It was like him coming down and either like coming down like this or coming back.
Yeah.
They ultimately ruled it a pinched nerve,
Gotcha.
which was why that he looked like when he tried getting up, the whole left side of his body was just
Yeah, it looked dead.
limp. And that was why, and I couldn't stand Tony Romo calling that fucking game. Jesus Christ.
He's better than
As soon as it happened.
Joe Buck.
Yeah.
And Aikman.
Yeah, I can't stand Joe Buck, but Tony Romo. I usually like Tony Romo. Don't get me wrong. I like when he like calls games, but when Pat Mahomes stood up and like fell down, he like thought that his leg was detached from his body. Like it was he just made it with and like just it. I don't know. But with that being said, score. What you got?
I wouldn't bet on it. Would not put money down for this. 31-28 Bills. I think I'm gonna be wrong, but
so here's what I'm gonna say.
Is Mahomes 100%?
Is Mahomes that's the big question.
Because
if the Bills win, I don't know. Okay, how much do you think the NFL is rigged?
I don't at all.
Let's start with that. You don't at all?
No, I think there's some.
You don't think
I think they have their hands in some games, but with these, I don't. Because
I think if Tampa Bay wins, it's in Tampa Bay. The Super Bowl is,
which should be the first time ever that a hosting team has made the Super Bowl.
And I can see them doing that for Brady. I can see them being like, "Oh yeah, you know."
Well, but wouldn't you say that with Breeze, the rumors of Breeze retiring? Wouldn't you say if they are gonna fix it,
he's done. He's done.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
he's done.
You got to put that aspect in. If you do think that they were fixing the games, wouldn't you think that they want Breeze to go out on top? I know he's not the golden boy like Brady is, but you get what I'm saying.
I don't know, dude. I think that could be a toss-up. Yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me if the Bills came out and beat them, but I think it just depends on how healthy Patrick Mahomes is at the end of the day. Because not only that with his neck or whatever, but he's got a toe that's fucked up. He's got turf toe.
Yeah.
And you could see it was visibly it was bothering him last week on some of his runs. So, I mean, can go either way. I think it's gonna come down to how healthy. He's gonna
take shots. Yeah. He's gonna take some hits.
If the Bills hit him enough, we might see Chad Hennessy in there.
Anything is possible.
Oh my god!
How's that fucker still like?
But
obviously, I can see Buffalo if Buffalo gets the pressure and can hit Mahomes consistently, make things. The thing is, though, Mahomes, like Kelsey said in an interview.
Mobile.
Kelsey said in an interview, he goes, "With most quarterbacks, once the play gets broken, you run a couple yards, you're probably not getting the ball thrown to you. With Mahomes, you can run 15 yards downfield or at 15 yards in on a slant." He said the play's never over till the whistle's blown, which is 100% true.
But that's going to come down to his turf toe too,
and how much he's going to be able to take physically.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. I think whoever wins this game is going to win the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah. The AFC will win the Super Bowl this year, in my personal opinion. I don't care who it is.
So so as a Broncos fan, are you rooting against the Chiefs?
I like Mahomes too much to root against him. If they're playing Denver, yeah, I'm
Right.
rooting for Denver every day. But I like Mahomes. I like Tyreek Hill. Um, Kelsey. I
Like
mean,
it pains me that I have to root for Aaron Rodgers today.
yeah, I understand it completely. Like, and Denver fans might fucking rip me up for this, but like, how can you hate Mahomes?
Right.
No matter where he's at, like, even if he was in Chicago or if he was in LA
Stop it.
yeah, I had to throw that jab in there. No matter where he's at, like, he plays the game like no one has seen quarterback wise. And
Speaking of, go ahead.
if you
Keep
don't like him, you're a hater. Like, it's plain and simple. Like, that's not how quarterbacks. That motherfucker gets it done, and he puts up numbers. That dude had 2 games this year. Just like you didn't even know how many yards he had. He had 2 games where he almost had 500 yards, and it didn't even look like he had that many yards. And they wasn't even talked about because that's his every week output. It's just what he does. He just fucking slings that thing.
Speaking of quarterbacks that the Bears passed on, and
Watson?
they drafted Mitch Trubisky. Watson says his 2 front runners are the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah. Which
is going to happen because I think he's saying that because he knows that no one or the Texans aren't going to trade him
unless
without
they're gonna have to get a shit ton back. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a pick.
They want multiple first round picks.
Yeah.
Which the Jets have.
So, I mean,
the Dolphins have too. The Dolphins have a shit ton of.
I could see him going into
picks.
the. I mean,
if he goes to Miami, they're getting Tua back in return. Which,
yeah.
I mean, you don't need him if you get Watson.
I think if he goes to the Jets, Sam Darnold's shipping off to Houston too.
Yeah, they're gonna want something.
I think they get a quarterback in any trade.
Yeah.
If they trade with the Bears, I think they get Mitch Trubisky.
Yep. And
I mean, I know it's not a lot, but so they were talking about this on Redline Radio the other day. And they were talking about how many Houston's going to want first round draft picks.
Multiple. They already said they want multiple.
Yeah. So they were talking about how many first round draft picks would you get up for them? And I would be comfortable giving up 3 first round draft picks.
He's gonna go for 4. We can come back to this video when he gets traded. It's gonna be 4 first round picks.
I'm thinking no more than 3.
Especially if it's Miami or the Jets. Because here's the thing. The Dolphins have a top 10 pick because of Houston.
Right.
So if they trade, I can see Houston getting that pick back. Even they take Tua, because I mean Watson made their receiving core look phenomenal, which they were kind of. Will Fuller's good and Cooks isn't terrible, but they're not studs. I don't see them.
I don't see how they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. Well, I mean the Bears are
for a kitchen sink.
The Bears are going to drop Allen Robinson, who, in my opinion, is a top 5 receiver in the league.
You give him any good quarterback, he's probably top 8 with Trubisky, Blake Bortles, Nick Foles. You give him Rodgers, you give him Stafford, you give him Brady, you give him any good quarterback, dude. He's number 5 probably. You can't put him ahead of We'll see if he gets a good quarterback, but you can't put him ahead of Adams, Hopkins, Julio, Hill. I mean,
Hill,
Tyreek.
Who?
Tyreek.
Oh, Tyreek Hill. Okay.
Yeah. So he's probably 5'6".
All I know is that, dude, you throw anything to that motherfucker. If you look at his stats, he has the most contested catches in the last 3 years. He has the most, I think, first downs in the last 2 years. It's nuts. It's nuts. The fact that he's been playing with Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles and that fucking dog shit of an organization.
Bortles.
he's just went from shit organization to shit organization, and he has fucking thrived. And people were like people were making a big deal when he left Jacksonville. Like, how's Jacksonville letting him walk after the season he just had? He had 3 more seasons of those in Chicago, and they're just gonna let him fucking walk.
They're probably gonna let him walk.
It's ridiculous.
All
right,
we'll dive into free agency a little bit more tomorrow.
Yeah. With that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in. Like we said, this is a special episode because it's Championship Sunday.
We'll get
we're gonna be
occasional special episodes. Super Bowl Sunday, you'll get an episode.
Probably pre-draft night.
Yeah, you'll get some random episodes just because of big events that are happening. And this is we've been talking about this for a week or two now, and this is the perfect way to introduce it. Just get the ball rolling.
I think so. If you guys want us to talk about specific things, comment on. We're going to be posting this on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I'm sure we're going to put it on our Twitters.
We're going to work on getting it on Spotify, just the voice part of it. But comment, message us. You know us. If you know us, message us.
If
tag us and shit. You got us on social media. Tag us and stuff. Or you just
we'll talk about it.
You want another opinion on something? Like we got a friend who's a Lions fan, diehard Lions fan. We're gonna talk about Stafford. It's gonna be him and Watson are gonna be 1 and 2 talking about free agency tomorrow probably. After we discuss the recap of today's games and the Super Bowl matchup. But I mean, if you want us to talk about something, reach out. We'll talk about whatever.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if you even want to stop in for a little bit, where we're open to having people on, take quick 10, 15 minutes out of your day, just shoot some shit about some sports. I know personally a lot of Tigers fans and Lions fans and Detroit and Chicago are always there's a little bad blood there. They're always I wouldn't if you guys want to hop in, talk some shit, just we're all about it.
Blackhawks play the Red Wings today. Go Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
Yeah, go Hawks, baby. Go Hawks.
Let's take
United
2.
Center's going to be bumping tonight.
But that's all we got for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Share this, comment, like it, watch it, all that fun stuff. The more you do, the more you interact with the video, the more that helps us out. Obviously, we're not trying to make money off of this. We're not quitting our day jobs. We're in Discord 6 days a week, talking shit about sports, rambling on, texting each other throughout the day when we're not on this about what the Cubs are doing. Everything sports. So we figured, why not make a platform out of it, come together, record what we're talking about, put it out there. Maybe people got the same opinions as us. Maybe people got different opinions as us. We're being proactive with what our everyday life is, sports-wise. You got anything else?
No, that about sums it up. Like you said, show us some love on the socials, and we're gonna be here. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. That was episode 1 of Talkin That Talk with Kiefer and Krieger. Peace.